Hi friends, this is Pastor Bruce. Hey, and I want to welcome you back to the next video encounter that I want to share with you today on the subject, what I observed back then that makes better sense of now. And part 2 in our series is making better sense out of the present disparity in the nation. And we're going to do this by taking a look at a critical point in history. And it's important that we know history for 2 reasons. It helps us better understand the present, and it helps us to chart our future and make critical decisions concerning the future. Now today, without question, it's no secret that our country is deeply divided. I don't think there's one American that doesn't understand this. Certainly our politicians on both sides of the party lines, they understand this. The news media and big tech, they understand it. However, news media and big tech, and I would say politicians on both sides of the lines, are doing nothing to help heal the nation. And so it's important that we address this subject today. Many people are asking, and I've heard it said, they're asking why. What's happened to us as a nation? Liberals blame former President Trump, citing his character, his tweets, the way he's running the country, calling him incompetent. I think that's debatable. Conservatives are blaming liberals and progressives. Still others are blaming the swamp. And we could go down a list of reasons. And if you fall into one of those categories, listen, I don't condemn you. Everybody has a right to think and choose what they believe is truth. All I'm asking is during the next few video sessions that we're going to share together, is that you set those political opinions aside, whatever you think about's caused the divide in the nation, and just put it aside for a little bit. And I hope you'll approach this video with an open mind as we look at this critical point in history that virtually shows us that the divide that we're experiencing today began and the seeds were sown 140 years ago. And so in reality, if you consider what I'm about to say, the divide that we're experiencing today took place little by little over a long period of time to bring us to where we are today. To illustrate how we arrived at our present condition today, I have a story to tell. In the 1990s, I worked for a building contractor who built a home in the foothills of Northern California. He hired a cement contractor to put in the foundation. Well, the house was built over a several-month period of time, and after the house was finished, but before the new homeowners moved into the home, the building contractor that I worked with was standing a ways away from the house out in the street, looking back and admiring the home he built because it was beautiful. But as he observed the home, he was shocked at what he apparently saw. To his dismay, it looked like the house was sloping from right to left. Anyway, instead of it being level and looking nice and plumb and square, the whole house was leaning. And so they did an investigation on the house, and they discovered the house was 6 inches out of level over the 120 feet length of the home. And they brought in the cement contractor, and he brought in his transit, and they did a test on the home. And the transit showed that the house was level, but it was a false reading. It was leaning to the left, out of square, out of plumb, 6 inches over 120 feet. But here's the point I want to make. If the house would have been 240 feet long, it would have been a foot out of level. If it would have been 480 feet long, it would have been 24 inches out of level. The farther away that you get from the control point of the transit, the deeper and wider the disparity. And today this is a great illustration of what's going on in our country. There is a great disparity in the things that we hold dear and a great disparity in the values we hold dear as a nation. Now, there are two groups of people in our nation. You call them political parties, but I think it's much deeper than that. But these two groups, their political, social, economic, and spiritual values are now miles apart today from what our founders originally intended that they should be. And that's why I want to spend the next few sessions answering the question, where did the disparity begin? Where and when did the Constitution, which is our precision instrument and control point, get out of calibration? Jim Garlow illustrates the disparity in our two-party political system this way. He says, like two trains who leave the train station at the exact same time on parallel tracks, running side by side together for some time, and over a period of time, not so noticeable, the tracks begin to separate. And over a period of time, the tracks get farther and farther apart, so that over a long period of time, the trains end up at two entirely different destinations at different parts of the country. And I believe that's what pretty much sums up the year 2020 up to the present, 2021, because 2021 is now a year that has revealed our divided nation is headed toward two entirely different destinations. So where did it begin? Where were the seeds sown? And when did the instrument get out of calibration that once kept us on the level, that once kept us running together, Republicans and Democrats and citizens? We're going to address that question in the next several video encounters. And so I hope you'll tune in next time. And until then, it gives you something to think about. God bless you and have a wonderful day.